that back.
Whether it's something we're going to be adding for launch or something that will come shortly after launch. And this is another lending option that we'll be offering, which is for single assets, because currently the only form of lending that we're doing for our platform is to pancake swap. There's another, and that is LPs, so that's liquidity token lending.
Right. Okay.
We have another option on the table for single asset lending. We would start with BNB and BUSD, and it's a low risk, fully decentralized, fully immutable type of model, just like PancakeSwap, just as low risk as PancakeSwap, and it would allow us to earn about an additional 10% APY on top of the 40% that we're making from the PancakeSwap lending, and that's just if the if the collateral that we're lending is the same. Now, what typically happens is the single asset staking typically is larger, so most likely it will be larger than a 10% increase. And when we're talking about 10% on $1 billion, or a combined 50% on $1 billion plus, this is tens of millions of dollars of additional capital that gets paid out to our investors in the form of a BUSD dividend model, which is a very unique opportunity that is not available anywhere else in crypto.
All right, so he was mentioning this. So basically in the farms, all we have before is the ability to stake these assets into PancakeSwap and earn cake. Now, the pools is something we never had a opportunity to stake anywhere else. There was never anything that was introduced in the previous V2, V1 version of the farm. And he said he's going to start with BUSD and BNB as single assets, whereas I guess wrap BNB. And what he said is that a lot of people have these assets and it could be more value TVL wise than the combined amount of what's in the farms, because these assets, especially BUSD, ETH, and BTC, obviously these are the assets that you want to hold long term, blue chip. And then in the bear market, of course, anything linked to USD is a good thing to hold. So he's saying that that could be billions of dollars and that there's a low risk lending opportunity. Now, what that is, I decided to just do a quick search, and this was released earlier this month. PancakeSwap partners with Seller Network to power its cross-chain liquidity farming. Users can provide liquidity on Ethereum and harvest cake rewards on the Binance Smart Chain with low fees. So we have the Seller Network here that actually has a bridge which this would make sense when you want to add liquidity as BNB or BUSD. So we have a BUSD pool here and they don't have a lot in it, and being able to add that could be who they're talking about. I don't know, but that article is very recent, makes a lot of sense. Then there's also an article from BSC News on here where they talked about the bridge fee is now the same as Stargate. Stargate's liquidity transfer protocol that powers the PancakeSwap bridge. So it could also be Stargate. I don't know which, but it's one of these two because these articles just came out. This article is the 29th of September. And Stargate is very similar. Where is that? That's another cross-chain bridge as well. And then they need liquidity on this in order for people to make transfers between these two bridges. So there we have BUSD again, and this pool has 40 million. So it could be Stargate or Seller, I don't know, but there's ETH sitting with 2 million as well. So, and they're using liquidity on Arbitrum and Optimism. So if you're not familiar, there's basically multiple chains. We're on the Binance Smart Chain. And in order to get from one chain to another, there has to be some kind of bridge because they don't interoperate where they just share the data automatically. So you have to actually find a way to get that from one network to another, especially between ERC20 and BEP20, like ETH. And a lot of these are what they call EVM compatible chains like Matic and Phantom, but I won't go into that. So anyway, that's the alpha for that section. Stargate or Stellar, I don't know which one. Stargate seems to have a little bit better pools, but either way, he's saying that we can get an additional 10%, which is based on the fees. So whenever you use these protocols, they charge you a swap fee to migrate from one chain to another, and we could basically collect a percentage of that because we're holding or providing liquidity on their platform. It's really no different than a staking pool. It's just done a little different because it's between chains. All right, let's move on to the next part.